Ruff, ruff, bark, bark, ruff.
What up, dogs? Oh, man, that is so bad. How you guys doing today? I'm getting ready to go hit an arm day with a little bit of side delts and then traps. It's my accessory day that I need to do some work on. Also, you know, calves are in there. So I figured I'd bring you guys along. Let's do it.
And I try not to need you like you need me. I'm sick and tired of living in LA, where the sun is out, but there's so much change.
Getting into today's workout, I always try to start my workout with just a little foam rolling to get the muscles loosened up. I hit legs the day before, so it's a little tight, just trying to loosen everything up. So I sped that up, and then when getting into upper body, I just do a quick little motion where I'd go into a lot of internal, external, and also pressing just to get my shoulders and everything warmed up, as you see sped up here. Then getting into the workout, as a little prepper, I go with curl to press because it's going to work your biceps, your shoulders, and your triceps, and kind of hits everything that I'm kind of focusing on today. So we're going to do 4 sets of 12 here. Then I'm going to pair that with shrugs on the machine, going into 4 sets of 15, trying to go heavy with it. Nice big contraction when you get up to the top, and then control it on the way down. And then pairing that with walking dumbbell calf raises. So you're just going to focus on the squeeze each step you take, trying to get at least 30 steps in, and where you feel a nice big contraction in every single step. Then moving on to the meaty section of the workout, we're going into close grip bench because this is the best for building those triceps, adding some mass. So trying to keep it as close as possible inside that shoulder width, and then focusing on controlling the weight and then pressing through the triceps, getting a good contraction. Then we are going to pair that with heavy dumbbell curls, really focusing on a good squeeze in the biceps and lowering it with control. Going 4 sets of 15 here. Then we're going to pair it with lateral raises. The lateral raises are going to be with every single superset that we do, going sets of 25, so you're going to get a bunch of lateral work throughout the whole day. Again, focus on pulling from the elbows and not so much your wrist. And then we'll move on to the next superset, which is going to be seated dumbbell hammer curls. Again, always focusing on a nice big squeeze through the bicep. And then going into overhead tricep extension with the dumbbell. Again, we're getting pretty heavy here, trying to keep those elbows tucked in and making sure you guys are using the triceps and not the shoulders. And then again, going to add those lateral raises in like we have been. Then for the next superset, we're going to the machines. We're going to go into the machine curl, going a little heavier with it with the 3 sets of 12, but just focusing on a nice big squeeze. And then going on to the tricep extension machine, going into 3 sets of 15, trying to get a little more volume work in. And then to finish off our arms, I'm going to go over to the cables and go a strip set. So I'm going to do rope bicep curls, where you're going to start heavy, and then when you fail out, you drop it by 10 to 15 pounds, and then you go until failure, until you can't do any more, and then you drop it all the way down to you can't do any more, probably that 5-pound range, focusing on the squeeze. Then you're going to move into the tricep portion of this, doing the exact same thing with a tricep rope extension, but doing a strip set with it at the very end. Then to finish us off with our shrugs, we're going to go with 45 pounds, focusing on a nice big squeeze at the top, lowering it about 3 seconds for 3 sets of 15. And then you're going to go straight into 20 reps as fast as you can, just trying to get the blood put into the traps there. And then the final thing of the day, we have to hit our calves. So doing a superset of seated calf raise, 4 by 12, trying to go with a heavier, just focusing on a nice squeeze. And then we're going standing calf raise at 4 sets of 25, just to try to get enough volume in for the day.
All right, you guys, workout in the books. Now we're going to go home and get that post-workout meal in.
All right, you guys, we are back at the house. Time to get some post-workout in us. So all I have is just water, about 12 ounces. Then all this is, it looks like drugs. It's not, I promise. It's just creatine monohydrate. I do usually about 2.5 to 3 grams before my workout, and then 2.5 to 3 grams after. I usually measure this bad boy out, but with this thing, I don't have it measured out today just because I don't have a scoop. But like I said, I've kind of done this enough to where I have an idea what 2.5, 3 grams. It doesn't have to be exact. So we will do that. After the creatine, we're just gonna do about a scoop to scoop and a half of my protein. This is the cookies and cream, as you guys can see. This is an 11-pound bag. The reason I do my protein is it's cheap. You know, all the proteins are different. They're all gonna say they have different amounts. And you don't really know what they have. They test them, and most of the times when they get tested, they're not the right grams of glutamine, BCAAs, protein. So I just do my protein. It's cheap. One scoop is about 19 grams, 18 grams of protein. So that's why I do about a scoop, scoop and a half. And then I just have some sliced up pineapple. Pineapple is great because it's a simple sugar, and it's going to get into my bloodstream right away to get all my protein out of or around my system. And then also you want to have like a low fat post-workout meal. And the reason is if you have fat, the fat slows the consumption of protein. So that's why that you'll always see like a simple sugar and like a protein for right after your workout, and not so much fat, because again, they don't want the slowdown of consumption of your protein. So that's my post-workout. It's going to be 5 ounces of pineapple, a scoop to scoop and a half of impact protein or impact whey protein, and then about 2.5 to 3 grams of creatine monohydrate. That's my go-to post-workout meal after every single workout. All right, let's get into today's topic of the video. Should you guys take protein after your workout or have a post-workout shake? Now, what we're going to be going over today is whey protein. There's several kinds of proteins like casein, but we're going to go over whey protein. And so with whey protein is the kind of the king, most commonly used after post-workouts, just because it's a faster digesting protein, and a lot of people use it in their shakes. Now, I recommend to my clients, if you're going to be weight bearing, like doing actual lifting, to have a post-workout shake right after. That way you guys can get the protein into you right away. And the reason I say a shake is because if you drink it, it's going to be faster digested compared to if you eat it and then your body has to go and break it down. So that's why you'll see me have a shake and then like a simple sugar, like a banana, pineapple, something sugary, just so it can get into my system a lot faster. It gets that protein out to the muscles I just beat up, and then it can start restoring and repairing all the beat up places. Now, the problem I see with a lot of people who start going to the gym is they rely on this stuff. They're taking 4, 5, 6 scoops like young guys who are just getting into the gym because they're like, oh, it's so great a protein. There's nothing that's going to replace real food. You guys need to be having, you know, like eggs, egg whites, chicken, lean turkey, lean beef, like actual real food. That's what's going to give you guys the best results. But when you guys are in a bind or you guys are traveling, protein shakes are a great substitute that you guys can put into your guys' routine. I will also put this in like my oatmeal just to add a little bit of flavor. But I do recommend everybody to, like, if you're working out, a lot of people struggle with getting their protein needs met. So a protein shake, 1 a day, is a great little substitute to help bump up your guys' protein, and especially after your workout. You don't have to think about it. You can take it with you to the gym. You just fill it with water, you chug it, and you guys get your protein in your system. So again, the protein has a lot of benefits to it. Again, when you guys beat down your muscles, that they're actually made of protein, amino acids. A lot of people don't know that. So that's why we're so big on, hey, you need to have protein if you're going to be working out, because you're beating up the muscles. Now you need to go repair them. So that's why we always suggest that you guys have protein. I always suggest to women at least 100 grams, to men 150 grams or higher. It just depends on your activity level, your age, all that comes into play. But just for like a baseline, what I tell most people of ages, if you're if women can have about 100 grams and guys can have at least about 150 grams, that would be like my bare minimum. If you guys are weight bearing, you're younger dudes, I would be recommending that you guys have about 1 gram per pound of body weight. So for example, if you're 180 pounds, trying to have about 180 grams of protein. But again, focusing on real food and then just having a shake. So again, I don't think a shake is gonna hurt you guys. But the biggest thing I will say about the proteins, as you guys can see, this is 11 pounds. I get it because, like I said, it's a little cheaper, but it's quality. They test it. My protein the flavor's great. But I just always recommend that you guys do your kind of research on it, because if you guys go get the cheap stuff at like Walmart, Nothing wrong, but what you'll actually see is like they'll have 30, 40 grams of protein in one scoop compared to like this one has 18, and you're like, how can it be? And what you'll see is a lot of proteins will actually do protein spiking where they'll add like taurine and other things. So when they test it, it comes out higher. But if they're actually supposed to take it to a lab and they actually looked at the quality protein you're getting, you're not even getting like out of those 40 grams, you're getting like 12 or 11 grams for the price. So that's where I always suggest like, the Optimum Nutrition, or go to a place that is actually going to be tested and it says it on the bag that it's tested and that you guys know what you're getting. And then just going in where it says 2.5 grams of glutamine, that's great for recovery. And then branched chain amino acids, like I said, that's like the simplest form of protein. So you do want to have BCAAs. Again, not essential that you guys have to have them, but they're going to help with the building process because you're going to have like strands that are loose. Then the BCAAs will go and attach to strands that are loose. So I do suggest everybody to have a protein shake if you guys can and you can afford it, to get a bag. Again, this was about $50 for the 11 pounds. I always do the deals. I have a email that I get that when it's cheap, I jump on it. But whatever you guys can do, my biggest suggestion is just don't live off this stuff. Don't be just taking it 8 times a day and that's all you're doing, because to be real, you're not going to get the results you're looking for, because real food is king. It's always good to win. But yes, I do recommend that everybody takes a protein shake after they work out, if you guys are doing weight bearing exercise or if you guys are just working out several times a week. So that is today's topic. Should you guys take protein? Yes, I would suggest it, but just make sure you guys do your homework so you're not just getting the really cheap stuff that you're not even going to be absorbing, and that it's not even going to be that great for you. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Put down in the comment section what your guys' favorite protein is. There's so many different kinds, so many different flavors. So put down what you guys like. And if you guys haven't, please press the like button and subscribe button on this video. I really appreciate you guys watching this, and we're gonna keep the day going. All right, let's show you guys my post-workout meal. So I do the shake and the pineapple to get food in me right away. And then afterwards, right now I'm doing 5 ounces of 93.7 lean beef. Then I have 2 whole potatoes in there, probably about 8 ounces. A whole bundle, probably about 8 ounces of asparagus. And then we're gonna go with a bag of cauliflower rice. That's all about 8 ounces. It's 10 ounces, but by the time it's all cooked, it's about 8 ounces. As you guys can see, a lot of food, but what you'll see is like, this is like the asparagus, 8 carbs, 9 carbs for all that. Potatoes will probably be about 30 to 40 carbs, depending on how much it actually is. I have 5 ounces of ground beef, which is going to be about 30 to 40 grams of protein. And then we'll have about 10 grams of fat and no carbs. And then we'll have about 12 carbs in this whole thing. So like when you add everything up, it's under like 500 to 600 calories, but super clean food. But I'm all about volume. I love to eat. So as you guys can see, I like to eat a lot. So after my post-workout, I try to get a lot of my carbs in after that. So I'll eat majority before my workout, and then right after my workout, I'll get most of my carbs in for the day. But I will put this all together and show you guys the finished product. All right, you guys, here's the finished product. Again, a bunch of food. I just put Lowry salt, Mrs. Dash, and then also a little bit of garlic salt to season everything. But the big thing I want you guys to see is I put it in my Fitness Pal. It's about 570 calories. A rough guesstimate again, but look at this. So I'm eating 2 pounds of food, but it's only like 580 calories. So that's where I'm all about. Real food matters, because I love to eat, so I can have a lot of volume, a lot of great stuff, good fiber and everything in it, but not get all the calories and crap that I don't need. So that's just a normal post-workout meal for me after the shake and pineapple. I usually do about an hour after, because that's when I start to get really hungry. But again, that's it today for everything, you guys. I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Again, let me know what videos you guys would like me to go over, or topics you'd like me to go over in the future. And I really appreciate you guys watching. If you guys haven't, just a little reminder, please press that subscribe and like button and comment anything you guys want to see. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys next time.
And I try not to need you like you need me. I'm sick and tired of living in